2-4, solving equations with variables on each side. So I can use distributive properties and properties of equality to solve equations with variables on each side. We're working on the same standards we worked on in 2-3. So identity is that's an equation that is true for every value of a variable. And we're going to talk about this and see examples of it. So we're still using opposite operation, which we've talked about multiple times. So the addition and subtraction are opposites, multiplication and division are opposites, and power and roots are opposites. So let's jump right in and solve this. So your first step is to simplify on both sides of the equation. And it looks like both sides are simplified. The second step is to move the variables to one side and the constants to the other. And it doesn't matter which side. So I'm just going to move this 4a over. I do that by doing opposite operation. And then I'll bring everything else I have down. So 7a minus 4a is a positive 3a. And then all I'm left with over here is negative 13. Now I'm going to take the 5, the constant, over to the other side by doing opposite operation. And I have 3a equals negative 18. Then I do the opposite, which is divide by 3. And I'm left with a equals negative 6. So same thing here. I'm going to move the variables to one side and the constants to the other. So like I said, it doesn't matter what direction, so I'm going to just go the other way. So plus 13c plus 13c. That crosses out, bring everything down. Now I'm going to subtract 39 to get my constant on the other side. That's going to be a negative 34 equals 17c. Divide by 17, divide by 17, and negative 2 equals c. Okay, so here's one where we actually do have to simplify on both sides. So I'm going to need to go back to my mind and remember distributive property. So we're going to double distribute. We distribute to the first one and to the second one. So I have negative 6 plus 2n. I'm going to do it to the other side as well. So I have 7n minus 7. And then my steps are completely the same. So let's just bring the constants over this time. So negative 6 plus 7 is 1. Bring everything else down. Subtract 2n. That's 5n equals 1. And divide by 5. So n, we'll just leave it just as it is, equals 1/5. So we kind of looked at these the other day. The difference is we have a variable on the left side, but remember the top is like parentheses, so I have to get rid of the 4 first, and I do that by opposite operation, which is multiplying. Bring everything else down. Move my variable. And then I have 8y equals 16. Divide by 8, divide by 8, and y equals 2. So simplify first. So I'm going to distribute. So I have 20 plus 6y, 6y minus 30. I'm going to move my constant first. It doesn't really matter though. So I'm going to add 30, add 30. So we have 50 plus 6y equals 6y. Subtract 6y, subtract 6y, and I get 0 here equals 50. So this is one that the solution is all real. It doesn't matter what you put in. So here we go again. We have to distribute because we have to simplify both sides of the equation before we move. So we have 5x minus 5 I'm going to keep simplifying, so I'm going to put the like terms together on the left side. So I have 12x minus 5 subtract 12x, subtract 12x. That is 0x. So I have negative 5 equals negative 5. If I get this, because I just brought these down, where they're equal, that's your identity. That means any answer that you put in is going to work. But these have to match up. All right, so we did several examples there, example basically of each. So tonight we've already watched the video. Now make sure you took notes and complete the WSQ by either filling out the Google form or by recording it in Flipgrid.